Check it out. Went to Harbor Freight. Bad idea, by the way. Going to Harbor Freight usually leads to spending money. But in this case, I went specifically for this. This is the 4-gallon backpack sprayer from Greenwood, which is a brand that I have not heard of them selling before. It's been around for at least a decade. I know this because I bought one of these about 10 years ago. Well, maybe only 7 years ago. Anyway, we left water in it over the winter and the pump failed because of that. It cracked. That's not the fault of the product, but I liked them so much, I went ahead and got another one. I also ordered parts to fix the old one. And what we're going to do is this one is going to become solely for weed killer, like Roundup type materials. And I don't want to mix that with our other one, which is plant food / watering / insecticides. We don't want to have any poison in there for the plants, so figured it was a good time to get this while I'm waiting on parts to come for the other one. Well, let's go ahead and open it up. I'll show this thing off. Assembly of this is super, super easy. It comes with an instruction manual, but honestly, you won't read it. It's mostly assembly. So, what we have here is the main piece. And this, if you see it go up and down, is our pump. That's what pumps things up. So while we're wearing it on our back, I'll flip it around so you can see the straps. While I have it on my back here, and you can adjust these straps. This one looks like it does need a little adjustment. There we go. Well, you just pump with one hand and spray with the other. And it's amazing how quickly you'll burn through 4 gallons of chemical. But yeah, so from the factory it does say, hey, just go ahead and tighten up everything so it doesn't leak. When we take this off, we have a screen here to catch any large debris. We don't want this thing to get clogged up on the inside where the pickup tube is, so this kind of helps keeping grass, leaves, junk out. It's not so fine that chemicals won't go through it though. And inside are all the missing pieces that we're looking for currently. Here we go. So once we have that out, we can stick our filter back in. There is an O-ring here that goes inside of this. Screw that back on. And here we go. We've got this long rod with 2 fittings. One side is just an O-ring, and we're going to move that down. Actually, they're both really are just O-rings. We're going to move that down to about that far out. Then there's a little collar. Move that down, and then there's this. And we move that down. On this side, we're going to do the same. We're going to move it up a little bit. And there we go. So, what we're going to do next is we're going to hook this side right here of the hose to this. And you can see they got like a beveled edge to it, so it acts as a nice seal. Put that on there. Screw that on there nice and tight. And no leaks should occur. On the other end, with this other half, well, that's where our handle's going to go. Boy, did I get lucky. I mean, did I get lucky? That's the part I needed for the other one. That's awesome. So we got this half here, and it's going to go onto the back of our hose, right? There's our other hose, so we're going to have that go into the back. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to tighten it down pretty good. Although you don't need to get like a wrench out or anything. Just make sure that it's snug because you don't want it leaking onto your hands. Some of the chemicals that we use on farms can be known to be toxic. I don't know about you, but I don't like getting toxic stuff on me. Next, this goes into this. And you can bottom it out, seat it, and then we're going to tighten that down. As it tightens, it kind of expands to hold itself in place, and the O-ring gets squished against it, so nothing should leak out there. Lastly, we have this. And it's really cool. There's a lot of options here. I'll just go ahead and I'll show them to y'all. Dump them out right here. First of all, we have this one. This is our regular just sprayer, right? It's going to spray a circular pattern out of the end of the unit. Here's a double. It's going to spray twice as much. So if you're putting down insecticide on plants, that's usually what I use. Then we have this one, which is the garden hose. It's like a sprinkler. It looks like, you're pouring over a little sprinkler can. So that's perfect for delicate plant stuff you don't want to hurt. And then lastly, we have this here, which is a 45-degree spray pattern. So it's like a long, wide angle pattern. That's a good one too to use. And then it does come with some spare pieces. There is suction pump replacement parts and little clip replacement parts. A couple extra O-rings are included when ours wear down over the years. And a couple of cotter pins are in here too. I have no idea what the cotter pins are for. Didn't use them on the last one. And lastly, and I do remember this from a decade ago, and I still don't know why it is that they include this. There's a ball. There's like a mini-sized marble that's in there. I don't know. So look, for this one, I'm going to hook up the 45-degree nozzle, and let's go kill some weeds. I'm putting in a new like driveway, sort of. Not a driveway, but a little bit of a driveway. And I need to kill all the existing stuff that's out there. I don't want that growing up through the gravel I'm about to put down. So I'll fill this thing up with Spectracide, which I think is what I bought, which is just a weed killer. And I'll go out there and hose it down. I'm not going to go with full 4 gallons. I think I'm going to go with about 3.5. We'll see. I'm also going to mark this Roundup on it just to make sure we don't confuse the two. So, all right, let's do it. All right, well, here we are. As you can see with the dirt here, I'm adding a new drive in here, and I'll be putting in gravel. In order to do that, I want to kill all the existing vegetation. So I've got about 3.5, 4 gallons worth of Roundup in here, or generic Roundup, and I've got my pump ready, and the hose and everything else is hooked up. So let's do it. Let's spray with this thing. So it fits pretty well. The pump is easy enough to use. Put a little pressure on it. There we go. And let's see how it does. Oh yeah. Yeah, so pretty cool. As you can see, fits pretty well. I didn't even need to adjust the straps. It's not too hard on the back. It's more like carrying a backpack, conventional backpack, I mean. The spray, I've got the 45-degree on there. That's better for killing stuff than it is probably for watering stuff, but there's a bunch of different attachments that would work. And the pump is easy enough to use. There's not a lot to it, so yeah, man, I thought I'd make y'all aware of these things. On sale, this was $19.99, although with hyperinflation, who knows, probably $6,000 right now. But it works great. It's a lot cheaper than some of the other ones that I've come across, and it's 4 gallons, which is quite a bit. So, till next time, my friends.